Okay, so today we are at the house here in the dining room. And so I have set up the laser level here. Sorry about my contraption. That's how I had to do it to get the laser level to stop blinking on us. I'm just gonna show you, because one thing I do know is this fireplace has not moved. The chimney is the chimney. This has been here for 125 years, and the hearth fireplace certainly has not changed or shifted like some of the rest of the house has probably over the years. But you can see my red laser line there, and you see it just go under the mantle. I apologize, I'm in the way of the laser here, but to give you an idea of sort of where we're out. Really hard to tell from pictures and even the our first walkthrough video that we posted. You can certainly see that, yeah, as we go along here the wall, we get a bigger and bigger drop here, and it does get to be quite a few inches, probably 3 inches there as we make our way towards the front of the house. So we'll see if we can do another laser line on the other side of this wall, where you can see the stairs as well. So definitely some shoring up and jacking up down the basement, but hopefully I'll get to some of that before I leave to go back to Calgary. At least make sure that the house is not gonna go any lower than it currently is. So okay, so I just moved the level again so we can actually go around the room. So that level line is where we were before. Matches the little tick I've got there on the wall. And so when we come around to this side now, again, we can see where we dip down. Sorry, I got a board in the way there that I need to move. And again, as we get closer to the port side, port club side, or port side, I guess, we see that it goes back up to level, and we can see that right in the far corner there. Let's see. Yeah, so we're back to level again over here. So that's good. I'm not worried about the outside, the wall facing the port club. It's really in the middle of the house where the staircase runs up is where we have some of our challenges. Today I just wanted to focus on some of the areas of the house that are of concern. And it's probably hard to tell on video here, but we do have some sagging going on inside the house, specifically with this wall right here. So this wall has dropped over time, and what's happened is we have a very big dip happening right here into this corner, and then a further dip along this wall here. And so I'll show you through to the hallway here in the front entrance. And again, might be hard to tell, but certainly on the stairs here, the stairs are actually leaning in towards the wall. So it tells us that that wall has dropped a little bit. And so that wall does need to go up. So we're gonna have a look downstairs today. I know I haven't filmed anything down in the basement, and I'm sure there's some people that are curious to see what's going on in the basement. There'll be some interesting things down there that I'll be able to share with you, but also, sorry, some other areas of concern are in the living room here. We've got lots of cracks along the walls here. Every wall has some type of crack in it, showing that we have had some movement and some changes in the house here that we'll definitely need to address. And so once we get down in the basement here, I'll be able to show you a little bit of some of the concerns So yeah, this corner here, and if you don't know where I am in the house, we've got the port behind the front porch. There's the port. Out here, oh, we had a lovely view of Table Mountain not that long ago, but it's now hiding. And there's my driveway from hell. If anybody has watched anything on TikTok, I am documenting my driveway experiences. So yeah, so this area and this wall here specifically has had lots of water damage. On the other side, we do have some of the foundation wall, which is a fair number of cracks. I'll see if I can throw up a still on the screen of some of the cracks on the side of the house there, but we'll head downstairs and have a look. Oh yeah, the storm's rolling in. We're gonna go downstairs and have a look at the basement so you can see some of the structure pieces. Okay, so we're down in the basement. Just want to show you we're just over 12 feet to go from that joist over there to this one here. So I may break up this 6x6 by 12 post into two pieces and span two areas here. So this will be the first area that we're gonna span here, just to take this jack post out and go with two jack posts, and then the same thing over here. We're gonna span a smaller section here, these three here, and with two jack posts as well. So I'm actually gonna reuse this jack post. So we'll need 3 additional jack posts, and they're an adjustable jack post that goes from 4 feet all the way up to 8 feet. So we're ceiling height here 7 feet, so these will work perfect. We'll also be picking up timber 6x6 by 12, and I'll probably have that piece cut if they can cut it at the yard. If not, I will have to borrow some tools so we can make a cut. So yeah, this is the section we're going to be working on here to shore this up and see if we can maybe jack it a little bit and see if we can take out some of the dip in the wall upstairs. So if you remember correctly, this section here all the way back to the stairs there, that wall that rests in the dining room has dropped considerably, and so I just want to make sure that nothing's going to fall any further, because I will have to go back to Calgary, and just want to make sure that everything is as stable as we can get it before we leave, or before I leave, sadly. Okay, to the hardware store. I love it when you think you've been recording and you haven't been. Anyways, I'm just at Castle, just leaving Castle. I have my jack posts and my 6x6 by 12 in the back of the truck here. Thank you, Chris, for letting me use the truck. And we're just gonna drive over to the house, take you a little tour of Port of Basques. This is kind of the industrial area down here. Sorry, I forgot my seatbelt. Just pull off to the side here and pop the seatbelt on. But you'll notice up at the top of the hill, or on the side of the hill here, that's actually a new subdivision that they've got cleared. They've got the trees cleared anyways, just up on the hill there. And kind of see where the roadway is going to go once you drive up there. But here we'll do a little drive about here so you can see a bit of town. So just leaving Castle, this is kind of an industrial sort of area down this way. So anybody watching that's from Port of Basques already knows what I'm going to talk about. For those of you tuning in from elsewhere, you may not know that in 2022, Hurricane Fiona blasted Port of Basques, and certainly had a major impact on this very small community and its occupants. So Fiona came through and wiped out a number of houses that were bulldozed shortly after Fiona, and since then there's another 57 houses that have been identified as part of the impact zone and are scheduled to be removed. So it's really been quite hard for the community, where a lot of people who were affected by Fiona, some people have rebuilt in the community, other people have left and gone to the valley, to Cowboy Valley, and others have, you know, left and gone to live with family in Ontario or Alberta or across the country to be closer to family, and have left Port of Basques. So it really has had quite a substantial impact on the community. And for us to buy this house and be part of a rebuilding effort to hopefully turn the tides here and have people come back to this community instead of leaving this community. I'm just going to show you off to the side here. You can see all the platforms that were part of the boardwalk that was just down at Grand Bay West Beach here. I'm going to pop in so you can have a little peek. Looks a little different in the winter time than it does in the summer. Beautiful beach. There is no shortage of beaches here. This would be Town Beach, so if you're on your lunch break and you want to pop down and have a little bit of grounding, you can absolutely do so on your lunch hour and then go back to work. It's not many places where you can take your lunch break down at the beach. So we got a little bit of wind happening today. You're going to notice the houses on the left-hand side here are scheduled to be removed because they are in the impact zone. This brown one here already has had its power cut. That was cut back in the summer when we were here. Yeah, and sadly these will no longer be. So I had filmed here earlier. It wasn't as windy as it is now, but still got a chance to see the beach here. So maybe a little bit more difficult to tell because we got a lot of blowing snow, but there's the beach. And in the summertime, you'll see this will be all outfitted with some Adirondack chairs and loungers that you can use and come out to the beach. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And I know I'm showing it now. People are like, I would never live there, but trust me, summertime, it's amazing. Just gonna quickly spin around here. We had a really bad storm last night in St. John's on the East Coast. Crazy wind, lots of snow. Fortunate enough to miss that blast. So yeah, these houses, all the ones you'll see now on the right hand side, are all going to be removed. Except for the red one. The red one gets to stay. Heard the story correctly, these two houses are owned by sisters. The dark brown blue one here is going to be scheduled to be removed, and that one is staying. So. Okay. snowed every day since we got here, except as I mentioned, the last 24 hours we haven't had snow, which is absolutely phenomenal. It means I don't have to shovel the driveway. But snow removal here is a community effort. It's funny to see so many people out helping clear off neighbors' driveways. You know, we've got a fair number of elderly residents here, and snow events are a community effort. Everybody's involved in helping out their neighbor, helping clear snow, helping in any way, shape, or form. Something, you know, I'm not going to say you don't see it in the big city. You certainly do see it in the big city, but not the same extent here. Community means everything to the people that live here. Especially when you have times like this, when, maybe not today, but when you have these big storms blow through. So we got the mall, off to the side here. And then just straight ahead we got the health center, which used to be a hospital. If I have anything to do with it, we'll get enough people to move back here that we can turn it back into a full-fledged hospital. I would like nothing more than my daughters to be able to have a baby if they choose to, and be able to have it in town here instead of having to go all the way to Corner Brook. One day, fingers crossed, one day. Okay, we got Canadian Tire up on the hill. And just round in the corner here. So got Tim Hortons, Canadian Tire, just past Canadian Tire we've got Home Hardware. So we're going to make this crazy little jaunt here. Fingers crossed we can get partway up the hill. And here we go. Think that was gonna work, but hey, at least I'm off the roadway, and just gonna grab the supplies and take them in the house. Okay, I got this. Oh, kitty! I got this 12-footer in the house, and now I'm not sure how it's gonna go down this hatch down the basement. Because unfortunately, I do not have any access to go from the outside. Fingers crossed I can get this to work. I might kill myself in the process, but today that's what's gotta happen. And I think I might be sawing this sucker by hand. I just need a hand saw or something. Oh, the joys of trying to do stuff without all your tools. Okay, down she goes. Okay, one thing I can tell you, a 6x6x12 post in Port of Basques is a lot heavier than it is in Calgary. Oh, down she goes. All right, that wasn't so bad. Okay, now I'll go down the hole and drag it through. Okay. Well, okay, How long is my 12-footer? How long is my 12-footer? Get out. 12 foot. Bang on the nose. Okay, so I'm gonna go one piece probably a little longer than 6 feet so I can span an extra joist, and then the other piece will be spanning 3 joists, so probably about 5, 6, and that'll allow me to span 3 joists. Yeah, so I think I'll do the 3 joists, we'll just replace this one, and the 4 joists will go in front of the shower area there. And Emily thought the cat couldn't get down the stairs. Give me a break, it's a cat. There's my timber. And this is where it's gonna go. So fingers crossed, if I measure this timber, it's hopefully a few more inches longer than 12, which would be ideal because then I can span an extra joist there. And I'll be able to span an extra joist there. Furnace kicking in again. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, burning through the oil like crazy. I got, for anybody who's curious, it's an oil stove and the oil tank is just around the corner. And so when we got here, we just depleted the last little bit of oil. We were down to a dribble, I'm sure, down on the bottom. And we had that filled up on the 31st, I believe, of January. Today would be the 10th of January. So about 11 days, and we burned through, well, we're getting to the bottom of the tank again, and that was 454 liters, $685 to get a half tank. So definitely something we'll be taking out. It's not environmentally friendly, number one, and yeah, and just the cost. So we'll end up putting in electric heat in the house here, so. Okay, so post is down. I have done a little search down the basement here for a handsaw. I haven't come across one, so I am now going to venture out into the garage and fingers crossed we find a handsaw. Okay, so we got a few extra keys here. Not sure what, whoops. Not sure what does what, but we will, I'm going out to the shed. We're gonna dig out the shed. I know there's a padlock on there, so hopefully one of these keys is gonna open the shed and we'll find out what's inside. I am gonna try set up the camera, but hopefully it doesn't blow over in the wind. It is one of these two. Fingers crossed, let's go find out. And down it goes. Yeah, the wind's too much around here. Anyways, lovely day to watch the sky go by. Make sure you come around for next week's video. We'll be putting the jack post in. Yeah. And thanks so much for watching today's video. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Remember, 8 a.m. every Wednesday, Newfoundland time. Oh, look, blue sky. Oh, bye. Okay, success. I found the key. Did manage to get it open. The phone shut down because it's too cold, so I had to warm it up a bit. Hopefully it won't freeze when I... Oh, turn that on. Okay. What is in the shed? Let's do a wide angle.